What's going on today? So I am in the mood to mark up gold. I want to see where is price going to go. I know you cannot predict price, but you can get close as long as you know what you're looking for and you know your zones, you know your areas. You may be able to look at it and say, you know what, I think gold is going to come to this area right here, and it's an opportunity for me to get in and just buy, maybe. All right, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Gold. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So make sure I share my screen. As a matter of fact, let me show myself. Here I am. All right, so I got it on the gold right now, and I want to see what we looking at. All right, so I just automatically do this anyway. I just automatically go to the 12-month time frame because I just like marking my all-time high. So all-time high in this area, and I'm gonna color that red because I just like it. Because red says stop. You can't get past me. You want to get past it, of course. But right now it's saying stop, baby. Alright. So now I'm going to drop down to my month time frame. And I just realized I am on the wrong candles. I'm on the Hakinashi candles. So let me go back and put it on the candles, on the regular candles. So let me go back here to make sure. Alright, so that was still the all-time high regardless. Alright, so wait. Yeah, all-time high still here. Then the month. Drop it back down, switch it back over. All right, then the month, I'm going to mark the previous month high and the previous month low in orange because I like using this color. Orange, thank you very much, thank you very much. And the low in orange, thank you very much. All right, down to the week time frame, and I'm going to mark my previous week high as well, and I do that in purple, and the low again in purple, baby, purple. Then my day, drop down, baby, drop down. And again mark the previous day high and low, and I do that in yellow. Bam, color yellow. Now, I don't have a rhyme or reason why I choose the colors I choose. I just been doing it, and I like the colors. Now, I will admit, at least for the yellow, because day means sunny. I don't know. I do associate that with that one. But anyway, all right. So I have my month, week, and day high and lows marked. I'm going to jump back to the week because I want to do something on here. All right. I am going to look. What is the trend right now? And I can see right now the trend is still bullish. Alright, so the trend for gold is bullish. I'm going to take my fib tool and I'm going to draw it from the swing low to the swing high. Because this is the leg that broke structure on the previous leg, okay? Alright, so now I'm going to look for an area where I will buy, or possibly buy, or a zone. So I would normally look at the 61.8% and the 50% zone right here, and I would take my rectangle and I would draw my area. And I try to do it on the leg that we're currently in right now. And I would normally mark this as my buy zone. Alright. I mark that as my buy zone. However, if I get to the market late, like kind of now, I say, hey, you know what? Price is still coming down. It went past that zone. So what I would do now is I would go from the 23.6% down to the 0%. Depends on which way you're looking at it. It could be 100%, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to mark my next area where I can get an even deeper discount. Bam. And I normally would put this in right here. I might say opportunity number 2. So like buy opportunity number 2 or buy zone BZ. Opportunity number 2 for me to get in. Lord, child, you need to spell right, honey. Now I know how to spell, y'all. It probably don't look like it right now, but opportunity number 2 for me to get into the market and get gold at a discount, at a deeper discount. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and take me a line, and I'm going to put me a line at this level right here. And what I do, let me turn it to pink, so I just use that color right there. And I put a note right here for myself, because as I'm moving through the different time frames, it just keeps me from messing myself up, thinking the market is bullish and it could be bearish, or the market's bearish is really bullish. I don't want to confuse myself, so I will just go ahead and label this weekly. So it's basically weekly bullish. It lets me know, hey, we are bullish, okay? So I mess around and drop down to the other lower time frames. I may be looking at pullbacks and thinking, oh, the market is bearish right now. No, it's not, fool. It's a pullback. Now, I ain't calling y'all no fool. I ain't calling myself no fool. But, hey, I'm just talking like that right now, okay? Because I ain't no fool. You hear me? All right, let me stop. All right, so anyway, I put like weekly bullish. And I would do like a break, close, retest. But I use BCR, break, close, and retest for a change of character. I just put change of character to bearish. Girl, what you doing? To bearish. All right. So, there we go. And the reason I do that, again, because this is the swing low. In order for this, for price action now to go bearish into a downtrend, it would need to break this level right here, do a little pullback, and continue downwards. Okay, so right now we are bullish momentum. Also, what I go ahead and do, I try to go ahead and look for order blocks, right? Where will I see that institutional traders, meaning the ones with the big money, these are the ones who can manipulate the market, besides the money makers and everything, the market makers, shall I say. But I try to see what areas that they would be in, where you would see like a lot of liquidity and everything. You normally would see it where there was an impulsive move, like this leg right here. This was an impulsive move to the upside. And I'm looking for a smaller candle and then a larger candle, okay? And right now, I don't see it on the week right now. But another trick that I do, I may switch to the Heiken Ashi candles. And sometimes the Heiken Ashi candles, it will show me the area that I'm looking for. However, on the weekly chart right now, or time frame, I'm not seeing it right now. And that's fine. That's okay. Because sometimes you may not see an order block there, where the institutions are, where there are more orders, unfulfilled orders and everything. So that being said, let me switch back over to the regular candlesticks, or the Japanese kind of shit candlesticks. I ain't cuss. What shall I say? Alright, so let me go to, now I drop down to the daily. So for the daily, because on the weekly we're just analyzing. On the daily, I'm going to look for refinement to what I was looking for. And on the daily, what I can do, and there's so many gaps right here, my Jesus. I do the same thing, except I do not look for an area for me to buy it, because we already have our established area based off of the weekly time frames. Now, because gold right now is looking crazy. What I try to do, again, I see a gap right here. I see a gap here already, so I can easily mark those. However, let me go back to the Heiken Ashi candles so I can get a clearer picture as well. And see, can I find me? And I see one right there. Look at it. Look at it. All right. Now, remember, this is the, go back down. This is actually the impulsive leg that pushed price higher, right? But I can also look for a continuation order blocks. And I see one right here. See, I said a smaller candle. You have a much larger candle that also still help with the momentum and push price upward. Let me put that out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my square tool and I'm going to draw a rectangle from the high of this candle here and the low of this candle. Place this here, and I normally change that to a little lighter color. And I'm going to put, this is the daily, because I want to make sure I know if I'm going through the different time frames, where did this come from, right? So it's going to be the daily. Look, I'm sitting here pointing. Y'all can't see me. Where did this come from? So the daily origin order block. Actually, I'm gonna call it a daily continuation order block. Technically, that's not the origin order block. We can see one on the weekly, so I'm gonna call it the daily continuation order block. All right. So that lets me know this is the area right here that we're looking at, and again, you see the big candle, the impulsive move that continued sending price upwards. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the regular candles. How come every time I start recording, my voice wants to start cracking? I'm not editing anything out, baby. I'm not. Alright, so we got our origin order block, right? Now, again, I'm going to look for areas where there are gaps in. And the reason I want to look for the gaps, or you can call them imbalances. That's actually the proper term for it. But some people call it gap, fair value gaps, imbalances, same thing. Basically, that's where, hey, price took off and left a lot of orders that did not get filled. So price wants to head back to those areas, gravitate back to those areas. So it's like a magnet. Now I do see a gap right here, and you do want to try to find gaps that's as close to price as possible. And look, I see a gap right here. However, I'm going to end up deleting it, and then here's why. Let me draw it first, because this would have been a good area right here. See this gap right here? Let's move that over and bring this up just a little bit. I kind of want it precise. Go up. Thank you. Now, I normally change this one to a little deep little pink right here. And I would normally label label this like a daily imbalance. Again, it lets me know the areas that we're in right now. Now, technically, this imbalance right here will become obsolete because it's been filled. Remember, the imbalance started right here, right? Let me move this over just a little bit. The imbalance started right here. This is where the gap was. The gap has been filled at this point. But a lot of times, too, you're also looking for a reaction off of these areas right here. Like, what is price going to do? Okay. So, right now, we're going to hold on to it because we're going to see if price is going to react off of here. So, at this point, and I'm not going to watch this gap right here yet until price actually gets to, if price decides to turn around, it gets to this area, then this area right here will become important. But right now, you want the imbalance that's more relevant in the moment right now, okay? And that's what I'm doing. So now we have our buy zone right here, right below. Then we have our daily continuation order block, where we have a lot of unfilled orders right here, and we have a daily imbalance right here, okay? That being said, I'm going to drop down because we're not done, because I want to make sure that everything I have here, we're good to go. I'm going to now drop down to the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame, I'm going to use that area as more, that time frame as more so of a precision as I'm doing my analysis and everything, right? So looking for a better area that we can even get into as well. Now notice that price right now, especially on the 1 hour, you can see it on the higher time frames as well, but we can see, well, price right now has stalled near our daily low, our previous day low right here. So this right here, this line or level is acting as support right now, okay? So there's a possibility that, hey, maybe price doesn't want to come down here. It may not even come back to my area right here, okay? and that's fine. So again, the order that you would want to look at where you're looking for where price action and looking for areas where you will want to get possibly get into the market. You want to look for your discount zones, because everybody, whether you're a retail trailer or you're an institutional trailer, I said trailer, Lord Jesus, trader, you always want to get into the market at a discount, right? We all want cheap. We want cheap, okay? All right, affordability, better affordability. So, price would tend to gravitate towards these areas first, right? Like, hey, I want to come down here and get a deeper discount. And then you look at your order blocks, because again, those are unfilled orders here, and institutions definitely want these areas right here filled, and they know you have a lot of stop losses in these areas right here. You may have some take profit points, all these different areas right here. So that would be the next one. The third one, yes, you would want your imbalance to get filled as well. So this is where we are right now. So right now, I'm looking for, and not saying what happened, but there's a possibility that price could go as low as the $360 level, okay? But it's not guaranteed. Right now, price is at $405. We know it's fluctuating and whatnot, but this may be the area where price says, you know what, I'm done. We're ready to come back up, okay? And that's what we're looking for in these areas right here. And yeah, let me see where we at here. I'm trying to see if I see anything else. Can I do even more refinement on the 1 hour? Now you see 1 hour right now. So price is still on a pullback. Cause let me go back to the week right quick. If you notice, oops. So even though we're on right now, we know that the week is bullish right now. We're on a small pullback right now. Okay. So price is coming down. Drop back down to the day. Price said, hey, we're not done yet. We're still coming down some more. Okay. Go down to the 1 hour. Again, these are pullbacks. That's why I don't want to get myself confused and say, oh, we're bearish right now. We're not bearish. We're still bullish. We're just looking at pullbacks here. Then go back to the 1 hour. And again, we're still on a pullback. But you can also see where price right now is kind of consolidating in this area. Maybe accumulating right now. So we can start accumulating more orders. We don't know yet, okay? So I'm just looking at these areas right here and just looking for some bullish confirmation patterns that lets me know, hey, we may be done in this area right here. Now we may want to push back up, okay? And that's what we're looking at, okay? And I'm going to leave it at that for now. And look, I can show like another order block right quick too. So for instance, we're in a 1 hour, right? Let's say price, because you don't want to get food either. Let's say, so you do see a candle here that normally you would need a opposite color candle for a valid order block, and it's not opposite, so I'm not going to use that one right there, but it's okay. But either way, that's how I mark my charts. It's kind of fun. I'm going to, since I'm here, I'm going to look at the SPY as well. Where are we on SPY right now? Since we're here. Ooh, look at this. All right. See how I walk my charts up right here for the SPY as well? I'm going to go back right quick. Again, it's not necessary, but I personally like doing it. Again, I marked up I did my 12-month high. Or not 12-month high, but all-time high on the 12-month time frame. That's already marked right here. That's the highest that price has been. I dropped down to my month. Previous month high. Previous month low. It's in orange. My weekly. Previous week high. Previous week low. It's already here. Daily. Previous week high. Previous week low. It's in my yellow. Go back to my weekly. You can see now we are in bullish. So the week is bullish. So I drew my field from the swing low to the swing high. I look for an area where I can do, well, get price at a discount, put it that way. All right, and this is the area right here we came up with 23.6 to the 0% level, which is a possibility that price could turn around and continue on, turn around and go back up to an uptrend, or continue down into a downtrend. All right, this one again, I did not see. Actually, we did see an imbalance, but the imbalance became obsolete because the imbalance got filled. This one here, this would have been your imbalance here. So if I take my rectangle tool, draw down here. Again, I normally turn this a lighter color. This area right here is your imbalance. This area right here had a lot of unfulfilled orders when it was here. But see, all these orders now, they got filled, which made this imbalance, not imbalance, but order block obsolete now. So I'm going to delete that, back off. Alright. So that's what I'm going to look for with the, on the weekly time frame, the order block that I just deleted off because price already filled the unfilled orders. And I look for my area where I want to get a discount at and buy some shares, or if you're doing trading and whatnot, get in the area where, hey, you want to see price take off. Okay, then drop down again to the day. On the day time frame, again, we're at a pullback right now. Okay, and I don't see an order block in this area at all. Again, I can switch over to the Heikin-Ashi candles and see if I see anything, and still nothing. Okay, so switch back over so I don't confuse my candles. Drop down to the 1 hour time frame. And look, we had a 1 hour imbalance. I already got it marked here. Let me click on it. You can see the area. See this big old gap right here? Again, the imbalance, those are gaps. Got a gap here. So that's why I drew my rectangle. Matter of fact, let me move this over just a little bit. There we go. So we want that imbalance to get filled. You can already see the imbalance has already been kind of filled a little bit now. Now, I'm kind of expecting for the imbalance to get filled more, but it doesn't necessarily have to. Price could have said, you know what, or not necessarily the price, but I would say institutions could have said, you know what, we have enough orders right here. We've in a position where we can reprice everything and take back off. So it might not even come back down here, but regardless, you can see we're in our buy zone, right? We're already this big green. We're already in our buy zone, the area where we want to buy anyway. Hey, we're in the area where the imbalance is here as well, so that offers us more confluence. And then on the 1 hour, you also had a hammer candlestick pattern here. However, you know, you see it here, you're still looking for a higher time frame bias, because your higher time frame is always going to outweigh your lower time frames. But lower time frames are still important if we're looking to see, hey, price may be turning around. So every area is like is important, shall I say? All right, and so we are right here. You see, I put another imbalance up here. I could erase this imbalance because right now we're not in this, nowhere near this territory yet. We're still down here. Okay. Then notice I put I marked this level right here for the 1 hour because price had pushed down. Again, we're still on pullback. Price pushed down right here. This lid right here was the impulse move that pushed this price down even downward, right? So this is the swing high for the 1 hour. So unless price breaks it, which price did break it here. It doesn't necessarily have to be the body of it, but it could be the wick. So that's why I did a 1 hour, do a break, close, retest for a change of character, basically going back in the opposite direction, so we can start being bullish at least on the 1 hour. Okay, so it kind of lets us know, hey, this would be a good area for us to get in. But you always wanted price to actually break this and then form another candlestick pattern, a bullish candlestick pattern, to let us know, hey, we can come back up as well though. But again, we are in an area where we can buy. So someone still could have got in right here. I still could have got in this area right here. But right now, especially with the way the market is, you just don't know. It's kind of like, hey, pause right quick, all right? There'll be other opportunities. I mean, we still sitting good right here in this area. So that's what we're looking at for, again, for SPY, and what we're looking at for gold. Okay? Just sitting here right now. All right. So, that being said, that was my markups for gold and my markup for SPY. That's how I do mine. A lot of people do theirs differently. As long as there are certain factors where everyone is on the same sheet of music. I am enjoying this process. I love marking up the charts, but it's even better when you understand what you're marking up. Because I can mark up the month, the weeks, the daily time frames, all I want, and say, ooh, this level here, this level, what does it mean? That's the big thing right there. What does it mean? If you don't understand what it means, all of this right here it's not going to mean nothing. And again, I have been one of those people in the past. I'm not saying the present now. Because now in the present, hey, we doing everything like the right way. Don't be so anxious. Don't be so greedy trying to make money and stuff like that. And you're not even understanding what you're doing. You're trying to get quick gains. What are you looking at? Why are you doing this? Why did you mark this area up right now? So I really, really, really enjoying that part of it. And baby, it's going to be great. I would definitely say that. All right, so if you like what you heard, if you like what you saw, go ahead and give the video a like. And if you like the vibe, and I got more videos as well. If you like my vibe, then consider, I'm not going to ask you to, but consider subscribing to the channel, because I will have more as you go along on my journey, as I mark up my charts, as I actually research channels, research companies as well, stocks, so I can see what would I want to get into and just enjoy the commentary. That's fine right there as well. With that being said, I'm stopping this video and I'm out. Bye. All right. I don't know why I did it like that. Yo, bye.